Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to World War II in depth. In today's episode, we're going to be reviewing the BAR or BAR assault rifle because it is the most commonly requested in-depth topic that I think I've had in several years. Normally I start and I go down a list in unlock order or alphabetical order, but everybody wants to hear about the BAR, so today we're going to be talking all about the BAR and discuss whether or not it's overpowered. The damage is 40 up close, but it will decrease down to 29 at a distance, which makes the BAR a 3 to 4 shot kill assault rifle. And most notably, it's one of two fully automatic assault rifles that can kill in 3 shots, the other one being the FG42. Headshot damage is 1.1x, meaning it makes no difference in shots to kill at any range, and I want to clarify that even at long ranges, at close ranges, at medium ranges, at no point does the damage profile grant you one less shot to kill or any less shots to kill if you're getting headshots. So if you want to get headshots with this weapon, I highly recommend high caliber. Since it has a 3-shot kill range, that's very important to discuss. The 3-shot kill range is 19 meters, and with advanced rifling, it's 25 meters. To give you a visual example, I'm pulling this from a previous episode. This is the 19-meter 3-shot kill range on the base BAR, and then the 3-shot kill range of 25 meters when I've put advanced rifling on it. That 3-shot kill range is really what makes or breaks this weapon and makes it so competitive with the submachine guns and other assault rifles. But first, let's take a look at rate of fire before we talk about time to kill. The rate of fire post-nerf is 570 rounds per minute, and rapid fire is 600 rounds per minute. In most other Call of Duty games, that would be very slow for assault rifles, but for World War II, that's about average. It's not lower than average, it seems slow, but that's roughly average for this game. Iron sights are pretty good too. They can be kind of hard to use if you're flinching a lot and taking shots, but I was generally surprised at how much I enjoyed the iron sights on the BAR. Now let's talk about time to kill. The BAR has a very fast time to kill at under 20 meters. It's technically under 19, but 20 is just a much easier number to remember. And at under 20 meters, the BAR will outperform the grease gun, PPSH, Type 100, and M1928 Thompson in raw time to kill. It will also outperform the WAF and MP40. I put a little asterisk there. At very close range, the WAF can 4-shot people very, very quickly, and the MP40 has a very small 3-shot range up close where it can outperform, but in the vast majority of the situations, the BAR will outperform the WAF and the MP40 as well. And if you notice, there's no submachine guns missing, which means the BAR, the assault rifle, has a faster time to kill under 20 meters than any of the submachine guns in the game. And that's one of the reasons people love this weapon so much. That's why pros use it so much. It's a very good, versatile challenge weapon because if you've got the aim, you can outdo submachine guns. That's not to say SMGs don't have tighter hip fire, more mobility, faster aim down sights, debatably less recoil for close range, depending on how you want to go about it, a lot faster rate of fire, so they spray more, they're more forgiving, but raw time to kill, BAR is going to win. And the BAR time to kill over 20 meters is outperformed by the M1 Garand, the M1941, the STG44, the M1A1, and for most ranges, the FG42. So over 20 meters, most of the other assault rifles are going to beat this gun. Do keep in mind, these are theoretical numbers, assuming that everybody hits their shots 100% of times. Nobody misses their shot with the M1 Garand, and they can perfectly mitigate the recoil of the 1941. There's no issues with the idle sway on the FG42, just pure numbers here. The BAR, however, is very consistent, and because of that consistency, even though the theoretical time to kill is a little slow, it's still very competitive with these other weapons. Hipfire spread is slightly wider than other assault rifles, however that doesn't stop me from full-on spraying people with it when they're dumb enough to get close to me. It's much better if you're crouched or prone, or if you're running steady aim. It's not great to just charge in all hipfire ablazing, but since it's only 3 shots to kill, you can definitely do it. Recoil is very low and somewhat predictable. It's very easy to master. The recoil in this weapon is unique in that it's not very vertical. It tends to have a very hard cap on the vertical recoil and just sway left and right a little bit, so it's very easy to hold down the recoil and keep it on target, and your shots will hit very, very soon. Of note, the first couple of bullets are always very accurate, and then it just starts feathering off, so if you shoot it in bursts of 3, 4, 5, it's very predictable, and I think that's one of the reasons the competitive or pro players like it. it. One of the bad things it has the most idle sway among assault rifles. Maybe not in total amount, but definitely by speed. This can be mitigated with an ACOG sight or a basic training. I would go with the ACOG sight because I love running this one with primed, which we'll talk about later. I wouldn't really recommend the ACOG sight, even though the bar does well at range, and in theory it would be like bread and butter, and in theory, yes, you can kill people, but it makes your close range combat much harder, and it's more of a novelty than it is a true strategy to run the ACOG on the bar. It does have a weakness of small magazine size. The mag size is 20, and with extended mags, that is going to be 30. So you don't have a whole lot of ammunition to spare. If you go to spraying with the bar, if you're not conservative with your bullets, you'll find yourself reloading after almost every single kill, and the reload time is nothing to write home about. Reload time or reload cancel time, at which point the bullets enter your magazine, is approximately 1.35 seconds measured. This can be increased a little bit with hustle, but it's still definitely a bit slow. Because of the limited magazine size and the reload issues, you're going to want extended mags or hustle. Probably not both, because with 30 rounds in the mag, you don't need to reload as frequently, so hustle isn't as important. Or if you're running hustle, then you don't really need 30 rounds in the magazine, because you can spam reloads. One or the other will get the job done, but hey, if you really need to, both won't hurt you. Since you're going to be getting up close and personal with the bar, I prefer running it with infantry for the bayonet attachment. Yes, the bar can 3-shot. Yes, it's very competitive with the SMGs up close. But that being said, sometimes some people just get right in your face and you know you're not going to be able to compete with them. And the bayonet is just my absolute favorite sit-down tool, so I use it on the bar all the time. As for my thoughts on balance, yes, I do think the bar needs a little bit more balancing, probably with the recoil, if anything, because the bar is by far the most versatile rifle. Other assault rifles are technically better than the bar at long range, at least when it comes to time to kill. The bar is nothing impressive at long range time to kill. However, it does have very consistent recoil, which makes it easy to use, and some of the other weapons are a bit less consistent, so the bar will probably beat them. However, the crazy thing about the bar, what really makes it strong, is that it just beats submachine guns up close. Very few of the SMGs can really compete with the bar up close, or if they do, they compete on almost equal footing, and that's what I think is what makes the gun too strong. That 3-shot kill range needs to be significantly reduced, or we need more recoil or something. Even the rate of fire nerf was very, very minor. The bar is basically unchanged, and yes, there's other weapons in the game that can theoretically do the same things better. The M1941 has a shockingly low time to kill over range, but it kicks really hard. The FG42 is like a laser, and it's a 3-shot monster, but it's not very good up close. The SMGs can spray up close, but their theoretical time to kill is lower. The bar has either an edge or at least a decent competitive footing in most situations, which is why people love it so much. As for my recommended classes on the bar, for public matches, I'm going to recommend running primed because having an additional attachment is awesome. I run it with infantry as well, and it really sucks when you flinch in this game, especially if you're running the bar with some kind of iron sights or even with optics. When the bar starts flinching, it's really, really rough, so you want to minimize that as much as possible. Primed, extended mags, optics, high caliber, and FMJ. High caliber and FMJ just give you a little bit more oomph to your damage. If you get a headshot, it will actually count. And the bar is quite good at punching through walls just naturally based on its high damage, but with FMJ, it'll have the same penetration as sniper rifles or light machine guns, so you can just chew people up behind cover, and that makes it very, very fun to use. If you don't like primed, then I think the scoped basic training can also help by mitigating sway, and it also lets you strafe while aiming down sights, which will help you take out submachine gun users faster. They kind of won't expect you to ADS and strafe them that fast while you 3-shot them. If you're going to be playing competitive for the bar, I'm going to recommend primed, extended mags, optics, still high caliber, but instead of FMJ, I'm going to recommend advanced rifling so that you always have the competitive edge in 3-shot ranges, and nobody else can really beat you out on that. Guys, that is all for this episode of In Depth. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe, and the next episode should be on the M1941 Johnson rifle. Drifter out. If you want all the stats for World War II weapons in your pocket to go, then look no further than the World War II Ultimate Utility by Brass Monkey Apps.